everybody for coming out and being able to honor Malachi. The early signing period is a new deal in college football, and I think it's a really cool deal that they're having an early period. In the past, if you're not familiar, there was one signing period, and now there's two. So this has gone on for a couple of years. Last year we had 4 guys here in the early signing period, and this year we were playing during that date, which is an awesome opportunity for our team. But Malachi and his family has already signed, but I wanted to make sure we took time to celebrate them and his family with this opportunity. So today worked out to be a great day to make sure that we had everything in a row. And so really honored to be able to come today and honor Malachi and his family. Millie and Taz have been great supporters of our football program, and obviously number one, their son. But the encouragement that I received from them throughout Malachi's career has been unbelievable. So I want to start off by thanking you guys and the support that we've had, the ups and downs, the frustrations of injuries, the recruiting process through those things. You guys have been tremendous and open, and I really just want to thank you for the support you've given Malachi. I know I speak for him when I say he wouldn't be up here on this stage without you guys and your help. So truly thankful for you guys and all of you brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles. I'm truly thankful for what you guys have done for our program, but Malachi as well. So thank you. Next, I want to thank his teammates. We got several of his teammates in here today. As you would read in articles and interviews, the first thing Malachi would do when he would have these tremendous games, that he'd be thanking his teammates, his offensive line. He even spent some time thanking the defense for what they were able to do to get us back the ball, so he was able to do the things that he was able to do to put him in position to be here today. Next, I want to thank our coaching staff, the guys that pour their heart into our program to become the LaGrange that everybody's used to. So really honored for these guys and what they've done to develop this program to get it to the point where it's December and the Grangers are still playing. So really thankful for those guys and the impact that they have. Coach Murphy, being Malachi's position coach, offensive coordinator, the relationship that they had has been tremendous and put Malachi in a great position to be where he is today. So thank you, Coach Murphy, for all you've done for Malachi. And so, look, we're here today to celebrate Mal, and he's a guy that deserves a day for himself. I think the things that he's been able to accomplish and overcome the last couple of years really makes me proud, because I know that his teammates and his coaches have seen him through his career. I think we go back to 8th grade. He was coming over, never missed an early. We'd ride that bus over from Gardner-Newman, and we'd be working out in that weight room, and he was killing it. His competitiveness, you could see it from day one, what kind of potential that he had as a player, what kind of work ethic he had to be able to put himself in this position. So really, we as a football coaching staff, we saw the potential that Malachi had, and we believed in him, and he was put in a position early. He was playing early on Friday nights as a freshman, and then his sophomore year started the first game of the season, and he had the setbacks. We're putting those setbacks behind us, but we look at them and we learn from them. The broken collarbone, he missed 9 games his sophomore year with a broken collarbone, which it wasn't a normal broken collarbone. It required surgery, which came back better than ever after it was over with, but missed the rest of that season. And then the spring, the freak accident, non-contact ACL injury that he had to put him out for his junior year. And he had, to no surprise of anybody, he went to work. He was devastated for a couple weeks, but once he had the surgery and he got his mind back right, he went to work like nobody else. I think it's very, very uncommon. There's some few freak athletes in the NFL to be able to come back after 6 months off an ACL injury. Malachi was able to do that, come back in one of the biggest spotlight games of the year was against our rival, and come back and have the impact, very limited impact in that game, but led us in rushing that game and really gave us a spark to be able to find a way to win. 6 months after an ACL injury, 2 weeks later, everybody knows the story. We go down to #1 ranked Benedictine, and he rushes for 200 yards And that was at about 75% of what he was this year. So we were excited. He even though despite all of those things, he still was able to get offers from many different college football programs. In one of the hardest times for high school athletes to get those opportunities, the transfer portal and those things, and the COVID additional year made football scholarships for high school athletes very, very hard to come by. 6 years ago, it was a lot easier. This year, they even made it harder for high school coaches because they bumped the rosters from 120 to 105. So the scholarships at the Division I level and all levels have been affected, and the group that has been affected the most are the high school athletes. So we're really, really appreciative to all the support from those coaches that came through and saw the talent that everybody here saw and our coaching staff saw in Malachi, and gave him the opportunity to sign to a major Division I football program, and a great opportunity for him. And so, despite missing his sophomore year and junior year, we came out to begin the season, and Malachi was named a preseason All-State as one of his accolades. And I think I don't have to remind anybody, but he lived up to the preseason ranking. Now they're going to come up with these postseason awards, and I imagine they're not out yet. They'll wait till after next week, but I can imagine that Malachi is going to be at the top of a lot of those lists from what he's accomplished. We just went today to the Sports Vision Award down in Columbus. I've been here as the head football coach for 5 years. We haven't had a player win one of the big awards at that event. Malachi won the Comeback Player of the Year as one of the big awards. That's the first time since I've been here that LaGrange High School's had a player win one of those big awards. So that's a great honor for him today. He ends up winning the co-offensive player of the year in the region, voted on by the coaches in our region. And then obviously on the field accolades, the most important statistic of all is he led our Grangers along with our other guys to a semifinals that hasn't been done in 18 years. Is that right? 16 years. 16 years back, so 2008, that we haven't been able to get to this point. And Malachi and his teammates were a big reason why. Malachi also totaled 2,500 yards of total offense and 33 touchdowns, which is a ridiculous stat. He had over 2,300 yards of rushing, which to me, and we coach with several, that puts him in a category of many of the Granger greats. When you start talking about the legendary players that have come through LaGrange High School, those statistics and what we were able to do to get things back to that winning tradition with Malachi in a leadership role and captain of our team, that puts him in the category as one of those Granger greats. And we all know how many players went on to play Division I football at LaGrange High School and even to the NFL here. It's a great tradition, and Malachi is in the conversation with all the big-time players that have come through here. So really lived up to the hype on the field. A lot of times that's hard to do. A lot of times when you get the hype, it's hard to go out there and do what's expected of you, and Malachi was able to do that this year. One of the big reasons that Malachi's in this position is because of his work ethic, his work in the weight room. But there's a reason I tell Malachi when we go out for pregame warm-ups to take his shirt off, because it intimidates the opponents. But you don't get to that physique. Now, he's got some great genetics. But he's also worked his tail off in the weight room. And when I sit down for the coaches' region meeting, those coaches go, "Coach, I saw him come out during warm-ups, and I knew we were in trouble." And so just look, and he's earned that right. He's earned the right to be in that position and intimidate his opponent. That's a little gamesmanship, but he really, you get to that position through the work that you put in the weight room, just like a lot of our guys. So really proud of the work ethic that he's put in there. On the practice field, he was an extremely he had an extremely great practice player. He has fought through injury, and when you carry the ball 29 times during the season, to show up and produce at practice is tough, but he did a great job each day. His resiliency, a lot of young people are mentally immature, and the things that have set him back through the years could have held him back from accomplishing the things that he has. So really his resiliency and resolve to continue to go to work make him that special player, and his commitment to his teammates. his commitment to the team are special factors in putting him in this position. I'm excited about Mal and his future. I'm going to let him talk a little bit about that, and then I'll finish up talking. But I'm going to throw the mic. We don't have a mic, so you'll have to speak up. But throw the stage to you, and you let these guys know what you're doing in your future right here now.
First off, I would like to give thanks to God for giving me the opportunity and the ability to play the game that I love at this level. Without him, I know I'm nothing. I thank my parents for their support and always believing in me and doing everything possible to help me get to this point. I love you two like no other, and I can't wait to show you guys what I'm capable of, not only as a player, but also as a man. I want to thank my parents for always being there for me. Not my parents. I want to thank my godparents for always being there for me when it was optional. The two of you have also have a soft spot in my heart. I want to thank my brothers who have always been there for me, especially my oldest, who is the reason I started playing the game, and my god brother. The two of you are the closest to me, and I also want to thank my sisters who supported me no matter what, no matter the sport, and always made sure to congratulate me right before giving me the biggest headache ever. I want to thank a special person for letting me know that I was doing better than ever every time I felt like I wasn't doing enough. And I would also like to give a special thanks to my nines and my brothers from my hometown, including the rest of my family and friends, for pushing me and keeping me going along this journey. I want to thank Coach Napier for not only being there for me, but for believing in me since before I had ever played a snap of varsity football. He played one of the biggest roles in why I am where I am, and I couldn't tell you enough how thankful I am to be coached like him. As a kid from a small town, West Point, Georgia, it's very unusual for one to go big in the city. From Lone Cane Middle School to LaGrange High School, I thank my coaches, teammates, and all staff members for the bonds that were created and memories that were shared. I will never forget none of that. With that being said, I am proud and humbled to announce that I will continue in my athletic and academic career at Liberty University.
All right, as you can see, when a kid puts his heart and soul in something and has a dream, the guy at the Sports Vision talked about having dreams and goals and setting them. Malachi's had this dream and goal for a long time, so it makes it a special day for all the people that believed in him. Can't thank them enough. One of the cool things about Malachi is he's done what he's supposed to do in the classroom. And that is really, really special. Malachi's around a 3.5 GPA, which is phenomenal. But the biggest thing that really helped Malachi be in the position he is, and a lot of the high school athletes are having to do now, is the enrolling early to college is a massive deal. With the transfer portal, a college coach can go get a kid out of the portal, and he can be going through spring practice in the spring, and they could pick that guy over a high school kid, and it makes it easy for them. But when a guy does like Malachi does in the classroom and takes care of business and gets his ducks in order and has the support at home that he has, and it puts him in a position to graduate early and go play college football in the spring of his senior high school year. I think he's joining 18 of his teammates, and if you look around college football around the country, most of the high school guys are finishing up and playing college football. which brings me to a pretty cool deal, and I didn't realize this till today. Malachi's got a trip coming up. So after Christmas, Malachi is headed off to Liberty. Liberty has been invited to the bowl game, and when you early enroll, you get to practice with the team. So Malachi is going to the Bahamas for the bowl game with his team. So that's pretty cool. So look, a special opportunity, and look, Liberty doesn't know yet. I mean, look, they've had you on a visit, they've watched you on film, and they've watched you in person, but they don't know what kind of competitor, they don't know what kind of worker that they're about to get with you. And I can't say that I am going to watch every step and every situation that you fight through and go through and show everybody and prove to everybody here and there why we all believe in you, and we can't wait to see it. And it gets started soon. So not only will he go to the Bahamas with the team, they'll have spring practice in about 2 months once he gets enrolled in school, taking classes, and he'll be going through spring practice with the team. That puts him in a better position to be able to play next year as a true freshman. So great opportunity for him. I wish I was going to the Bahamas here in about 3 weeks, like most of you, but that's going to be really cool. So we'll close with a great big thank you to everybody. Thank you guys, the local media and Kevin and everybody for coming out and supporting Malachi and giving him. Thank you to his teammates, the family, the parents, the grandparents, the aunts, the uncles, the brothers and the sisters, the coaches. We're so thankful for this opportunity. Please, we got fruit, cupcakes in the back. Get you a to-go plate. Come up here. We got the backdrop up here. I know he wants pictures with the seniors, pictures with his teammates, pictures with his families. Everybody come up, get all the pictures you want, and let's celebrate Malachi for the next few minutes. And as we usher him a little too soon, Mom and Dad, I know, but usher him on to college here in about 3 weeks, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. What is it, December 27th? It's right after Christmas. So, look, let's love on him. Let's hug his neck because he's got a big journey ahead.